augments her team during her weak phase of that mid game by giving them all this massive speed boost, and like her sieging potential is much stronger than someone like Callista's and someone like Ezreal's. So she compensates for the fact that when she is weak during mid game, she's still viable around the map and not necessarily just in a 1v1 duel scenario.
And also adds a whole lot of utility to your front line as well, and allows them to get in amongst it using that on the hunt. But we are back in Champion Select, ladies and gentlemen. Twisted Fate, Lulu, and Gragas are going to be banned away on the side of Snake. It's Callista, Gangplank, and now one more choice here for OMG.
It's like Flandre banned Twisted Fate away from tank. That's all I can really take.
You're not playing it.
Like, of course, Cool can play it, but that is a very curious ban.
Yeah. Well, Nidalee is going to be the final ban here for OMG. I like that one against ZZR, as Corky's now going to get picked up. Tank, of course, known to play that one. But Crystal's back in.
The Corky priority pick?
Yeah, well,
For
Crystal's
tank?
Yeah. It is for
Or
tank.
Crystal.
The Corky priority pick?
So Crystal's a Tristana guy. That's all I've labeled him as. So I would imagine that Sivir works well with him. I don't know. That's different. Who plays Trist?
I'm relatively perplexed.
I'm
But
perplexed.
when thinking about the Kindred, still a lot of considerations to make. Kog'Maw is still up.
Yeah, so Kog'Maw's big, but I don't know if it takes priority in drafting. I know a lot of these teams, Snake in particular, lane swapping, they could hide the Kog'Maw and get it through to mid game where he's strong, but it doesn't play to Snake's strengths as a team, and I feel like he could actually get caught out of position. So
That said, Crystal is like a legacy Kog'Maw player. Kog'Maw, Draven, Tristana, as you said. So he definitely has comfort there, but no, I agree. Especially as, that's the other thing, Sivir coming back into the meta, as well as Jen getting buffed and Kog'Maw still being strong on 6.4. Sivir pretty much just puts your team right on top of those low mobility 80 carries.
Jhin beats hyper carries in lane.
Jen beats everyone.
It depends. Does it take 4 shots?
Yeah, can I die? Can I kill this person in 4 auto attacks? Yes, well, get out of my lane. It is going to be the Alistar and the Rek'Sai locked in from Snake, though, so not showing their hand whatsoever. Could be a potential bottom lane and jungle, but all signs point to Tank possibly playing that Corky in the mid lane.
Showing a preference to the Alistar, though, over Braum is one of the weirdest parts about this draft.
Yeah, and I don't get that because Ella plays a phenomenal... I mean, obviously he's a phenomenal Alistar player, but he's a great Braum player. He's played it, so it's not like he just can't do it.
Could even put him on Trundle. I wouldn't be against it. I don't know, I just don't see what it gives over. You know, like, Alistar does the same things Braum does do. It's just that your tankiness is on a super long cooldown. It doesn't help the rest of your team be tank.
They go for that one team fight, however.
It also works with Braum, to be fair. The Kog'Maw, so...
Yeah, actually, Kog'Maw Braum is pretty ludicrous, as it has been locked away here. So Kog'Maw and Braum, SMLZ on a hyper carry this time around. It's Crystal now thinking about what he wants to play. And the Fiora is back once again for Flandre, potentially in the top side of the map. And it seems like a pretty standard Snake team comp. Crystal thinking about Jhin, but I'm not sure whether he will actually play it.
I'm so, like, bated breath. Is it going to be Jhin? Is it going to be Sivir? I want the Jhin really
so
badly.
All signs point to Sivir, but Jhin wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Sivir.
I don't know if there's a point in playing Jhin into a Braum.
It's Crystal,
He
though.
just puts the door up, and he's like, go on, use your ult.
Denies his ultimate entirely.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. Big thing for me in the 6.4, because again, LPL on 6.4, is the changes to the ability to semi-crit towers. A big issue for Jhin is out of lane phase when you go into sieging, and obviously we're in a structure-focused meta. He's pretty god-awful at it. You're on a reload system, which is just a mechanic that's not very enabled to take down turrets, but obviously that helps give you a little bit more in your back pocket.
Yeah, like hitting stuff consistently ain't exactly
Pink
Jin's forte.
wards, towers. It's
That
not
was
really
so
there.
rude. Like, why didn't we make it a 5-shot system? Like,
Because everything he does is in 4s.
I know, I understand, but like, couldn't we, like, at the very beginning have
He's
said
an
5
artist,
just to
Atlas.
avoid the problem with Pinkwood?
In response,
so
though,
frustrating.
Cool did pick up the LeBlanc as kind of the last pick.
Yeah, into the Corki here as well, so we'll see how he does go. A little bit more of that assassin flavor that he was originally known for. See whether he's going to be able to make it work.
I still feel that OMG got the superior team composition out of these two drafts. I feel like their comp is just a little bit more well-rounded.
God, yeah. Like the Poppy, Cogmore, and Braum.
Braum, yeah.
And that's all you need to know.
And then you just have like this beautiful pick potential with Elise and LeBlanc.
Like it's a very well set system of early to late game. Strengths all across the board in every single respective lane. Flandre is going to have to be massive in this though. As is Crystal.
Something that is nice for Snake is kind of where they're bridging powers of their champions. The fact that they kind of have Corki in that mid-game power trough for Jhin, and then Jhin will spike again late game, whereas Fiora will come back late game as well. So
they're going to have to insta-kill SMLZ in almost every one of these team fights, so it's going to be very, very scary seeing what this Cogmore can do. But, ladies and gentlemen, our players once again are ready to get onto Summoner's Rift, and so are we. So let's do it. And here we are onto the Rift, ladies and gentlemen, for game number 2. Snake seeing whether they can pull one back against OMG.
SMLZ forgot to buy items.
Oh, unfortunate.
Well done, mate.
Oh, he did now, though. That's
Out
fine.
of all the Kog'Maw skins, Deep Sea Kog'Maw.
It's the
I'm
best.
a fan. I love that one. Mostly because, you know, the animal that he's pretending to be is so provocative. You know that one with the cool little lantern
Yeah,
at the
it's,
front?
it's the one that like uses the lantern as bait.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a light. And that's the best thing about this skin, because he's a Cogmore 80 carry. Everyone's going to be running towards the light, you know?
Yeah,
like-
damn right.
And there's a double entendre of running towards the light.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they could actually kill him or they could die.
And this is
Genius.
You know, current state Cogmore, which is pretty freaking
Oh,
ridiculous.
thank you, Crystal. I'm so happy.
Oh, he's gone for it. Deathfire
It
touch.
took
Take
so
us
long
through, my friend. Take
to
us
find someone that actually feels the same way that I do about this. We're on wavelengths.
Rusty is having a moment.
60% of bonus AD over 4 seconds as magic damage on Jhin with every auto attack. And because Jin's kit works with bonus damage, I think how the mastery works is you get your bonus AD first through your passives, which is a ridiculous amount firstly, and then it does extra bonus damage based off that bonus damage.
So you're saying it's got multiplicative bonus
So I think it's
damage.
additive to the
All right.
Keystone Mastery. Because multiplicative would be ridiculous, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
In short, Jhin does a lot of damage.
He does.
With Deathfire Touch.
Yes.
And everyone else has been running the Warlord's Bloodlust, but especially now because it gives lifesteal, it's not as necessary.
But it also just doesn't really have the synergy with Jhin at all. I mean, it's cool to have lifesteal, yes, but otherwise, don't much see it.
Lane swap was initiated, however, by OMG, and Snake have matched it, so it will be a 2v2 up into that top side. So again, we will get to see the power of Jin's lane phase as OMG tried to get their little Kog'Maw through his fragile early years.
Yeah. Both of them are going to hit that level 2, and you can see gained by Crystal, I believe, but not Ella. Now hanging in the brush.
Has the crit,
Oh,
walk
he does have
straight
level
at
2, never
them.
mind. Yeah.
The Jhin crit swag walk as well is my favorite.
I think he walks like a chicken.
Well, especially with the crit.
Yeah.
It's great.
Just like such an awkward walk animation.
Well, he's actually Fiddlesticks wearing a cloak. Like, he's
I think Fiddles has like
I just
more
think
of
of
a
him as
swaddle.
General Grievous. He just looks like General Grievous. Not that I ever saw the Attack of the Clones Star Wars movie, because that was awful.
yeah, fair.
Are you okay over there?
Yeah, I think so. General Grievous just getting to me.
That said, it does mean that Flandre will finally get his 1v1, which we never see Flandre into, especially with one of his signature champions of the year, the Fiora.
Yeah, it's his thing.
I'm actually scared for Xiang, although he should be fine.
Well, he is Poppy. We saw, you know, it was Flandre himself that demonstrated exactly how strong the champion was. Game number 1. He just needs to do that, and it'll be fine.
I'm just curious if this is going to what's the word I'm looking for? Fast forward how quickly and proactively Snake are on the map. Simply because Flandre isn't put at a deficit from the beginning, and he seems to be what their team hinges on in terms of action.
Well, you can see Cool pushing this wave in the mid lane. Fair bit of control, actually. UCS in the lead as Tank is doing his best to farm underneath this turret. Does okay. Cool answers. Fair bit of damage taken. ZZR just clearing out minions as well around his jungle. And as far as the jungle is concerned, are going to be meeting here as Schwen's going to make his way through. Nice tunnel is going to get ZZR to safety, but not sure whether he lost too much. It's now Cool actually taking a lot of damage. There's the Q.
Sure
Kuhn's
Cool
not there.
regrets that.
Yeah, that was pretty strange, actually. Don't think Cool needed to necessarily rotate. He had the advantage in that Tank was locked down. But
Flandre is just so comfortable in this one-on-one bottom lane. What a scary prospect as well. And this top lane is naturally going to have pressure. The farmer side, Jhin Alistar actually does quite well in this lane in a 2v2. Jhin has been noted as one of the better picks into hyper carries. The likes of Kog'Maw and Kalista.
It was definitely Kalista. Oh, Distortion's going to go down though. Cool actually looking for this one onto Tank. Just pops back, but Tank will need to go back home. Advantage now for Cool, who's very collected here in this lane. There, Xiang manages to get the stun onto Flandre actually. Riposte is not good as he's trying to dash away. Has to use the flash as well. Understands the buckler will be coming. And that's Flandre losing a 1v1.
big thing, though, is him underneath the tower. But here we go.
Yeah, there's the flash pulverize. Another knockup comes in as SMLZ delivered to the team. He's going to get stunned as well. Crystal is able to help out, but it is going to be ZZR that locks that one down.
So big thing is the fact that the gold doesn't stay in the lane. It's now in the hands of ZZR, so it's about how he can spread that wealth to the rest of his team, either through vision or just prioritizing his own items.
No, I think he needs to spread it through mid lane as well.
Yeah.
Get Cool behind or get Tank ahead. Five's trying to freeze the wave. He was trying. You can't freeze the wave against an Alistar.
He took one for the team.
Interesting.
Okay, so
Ooh, the
swap back. And you can see Crystal already moving towards the bottom side.
But you have to know that this is happening. So OMG, I'm trying to rationalize it.
So they just didn't want the 1v1 bottom. And Flandre had absolute control. It's just that the timing
that's
for them
what
to
I'm
do
saying.
it is the really
it's
bad
so
part. Yeah.
awkward because they did it right as every lane was backing, so it's just going to be very easy to swap back. And so then you're thinking, okay, hold on. Then you're thinking, okay, maybe they want more dragon control, but they already lost the first blood onto the bottom side, so they're inherently weaker on that side of the map.
Yeah. So they'll lose control of dragon just by swapping lane.
Yep.
And Schwen is
Yeah, he's
ham.
knocked up. There's a headbutt back. Able to use the repel, gets in behind his team. You can see Braun doing some work. Lots of passives now available, but there's the knock-up. ZZR right in the back line is Cool. He's going to be the focus. Nice use of the passive is going to get him to safety for now. Oh my god, how did that Deadly Flourish land? There's the grenades. Cool is in a bunch of trouble, but Crystal unable to follow up. Man, I feel like we should have given it to him just because of how incredibly well aimed that was.
But this is what we were talking about. By swapping, OMG have lost all control of the Dragon Pit because their bottom side of the map is inherently weaker since of the gank on top lane.
Oh, Crystal could have healed for the move speed.
Yeah.
Oh well, he wants to keep the heal. Controlling lane and of course forcing Cool back is quite handy. Aggressive stuff though from OMG, actually looking for that fight.
Yeah, early skirmishing here this time around as Flandre with continued control here towards the top side of the map. It's decent exchanges sometimes here for Xiang, but you can see, all in all, Flandre well and truly in control.
Well, he certainly has a CS discrepancy. That said, there is a way of pushing into Xiang, so it's not as big as it first appears.
Oh, he's 6. Here we go.
Oh my goodness.
Here we go.
Yeah, in goes Crystal. There's the curtain call. SMLZ will need to put
2.
on. 3, 4.
I got him.
Nailed it. Double kill for Crystal in the bottom lane.
Why would you put yourself there? He literally has this decision where he can make. I'm either going to put myself in this itty tiny little corner between the tower and the wall where I have 0 place to dodge, or I could walk to the other side of the tower and have so much more room to dodge.
I think what we call that is being resigned, as in goes the package. Nice ultimate is going to get used as the rocket is going to miss here from Tank. ZZR tried to go for it. Couldn't quite lock that one down.
Yeah, I guess the beauty behind this was that SMLZ was stuck as well, and his positioning, he could have went left there, but I think either way, the problem with this is the first one connects, there's no way to dodge many of them afterwards, and it just comes down to a decision.
Yep.
Left or right, 50-50 on every single bullet because the first connected.
But again, just that decision making of, I'm going to take a right here and trap myself.
Yeah, so that's the major conflicting difference. If it went left, it may not have been 50-50.
Yep.
It's actually like a 33 because there's straight, there's left and right, opposed to up and down because it's a turret to the side and a wall to the other side.
I think hitting that first one was definitely a big deal.
Absolutely. The slow is ridiculous on it.
It is. Almost gives you the next ones for free, but nice work from SMLZ to dodge one of them. Prevented his death for as long as possible, but 2-0-1 now for the Jin. I really love the early swiftness boots pickup.
Look at how quick he is.
Yeah, exactly. You can just abuse that movement speed from the crit to never put yourself in range to be counter-harassed ever. It's disgusting.
Absolutely, and it also unlocks his trading pattern. Unfortunately for him, he's against a Braum Cogmore, so in terms of trading patterns, it's a lot less efficient. You run the risk of getting stunned, so you can't always run up and crit.
Well, Schwen trying to make do with what he has, as that Rift Scuttler is going to fall down. The rest of Snake do spot it. Schwen going to get out in time. Nice, cute little rocket there from Tank here in the mid lane. And
that was
very
2.
even over there. What?
That was 2 in a row as well. 3 minions. Tank showing off his skills.
Yeah, not bad. He had a good game 1. We'll see whether he can repeat it here. Well, that's interesting. I mean, this is still the Cogmore clock. Still exists, despite being 0-2-0. He's got that cull. About to get that extra money. As in goes cool. Valkyrie's going to be used. Gets out of the way of the potential chain.
I like the decision making there. The fact that Tank drops his phosphorus bomb on where the distortion is back and then turns on his Gatling gun. So Cool has to make the decision. I'm going to dodge the phosphorus bomb by not going back to distortion, but in doing so, I'm eating a rocket to a face, an auto attack, and a Gatling gun. Or I go back and I eat the phosphorus bomb and an auto.
So here's the thing though, and Snake, I was actually watching this from Tank's perspective, does the exact opposite. Where the second that he goes in, the phosphorus bomb was on target, but he always uses the Valkyrie sideways. In every single trade that we've seen so far, he uses the Valkyrie to one direction. So Cool can afford to stay there and not go back into the phosphorus bomb and just hit the chains more patiently. It's just tendencies.
Well, Schwen is looking for Flandre here. He just dashes out of the way of the cocoon. See, now going to use the flash, gets underneath his turret. They lose the turret towards the bottom side of the map. Crystal with a heck of a lot of control.
And that's the big thing. Even in a lane swap scenario, Flandre still managed to eat up the resources of multiple members of the enemy team, which opens up his team to push forward without threat of a gank.
You can see he uses the teleport to get back up there as well. No flash now, but it's a 1v2 scenario. Grasp of the Undying helping keep him alive for now. As Tank, with not very much mana, has to contend with Cool's LeBlanc.
But while Flandre is eating up Twin's time, look at this.
Oh my goodness, I believe that one actually hit as the curtain call comes down. Cool's able to get to safety.
Doesn't matter, they get the tower.
Actually, the fake blocked the stun from the Deadly Flourish. Man.
Can you believe that counts as a champion? The Blanc, man.
Yeah, so silly. Cocoon not going to find the mark though as Schwen now has to deal with ZZR, who's doing a lot of damage. There's the repel, able to get himself to relative safety, but 5 able to lock himself up instead of the Elise. And Ella, Unbreakable Will is down. She's going to be safe for now, but nice work from OMG to avoid more casualties.
Did force them to burn the TP to make sure that they save their tower, but now they are on the offensive.
Yeah, Cool actually mimics his distortion all the way forward, lands the chain as well as Crystal in trouble. Living Artillery actually not going to land as he uses the heal. And SMLZ, one more auto. No, not going to happen as now ZZR has found his way through as well.
Ella is such a legend. Goes forward, saves an 80 carry's life, almost kills the enemy 80 carry.
Unfortunately, it was only close, and there was no success.
The unsung hero of this team, though. Everyone always talks about Flandre. Flandre's incredible, don't get me wrong, but Ella does so much work.
Oh, yeah.
And let's continue on that Ella train. Boots of Swiftness,
I'm
first item. Distortion upgrade as well. immediately in there. He's flashing all the things. Like, he just wants to go in there as much as he can. Pretty smart, actually, from the Alistar support. Of course, he's got the low mobility AD carry, a reasonably low mobility mid laner, dependent on the package. So needs to be able to keep them alive or engage for them. That was a bait.
Yeah, there's the riposte. Gets the slow as Xiong's just going to charge the ultimate. Oh! Headbutt. Gets him away from it.
I believe Headbutt actually travels through the Poppy ultimate.
Yeah. Oh, really?
There's a weird interaction.
Even if you do try and...
So I'm not sure if it's a 100% thing, but yeah, I'm pretty sure from whatever direction the Headbutt pulse combos can go through it.
Just looked like Ella got behind him.
Well, in that case, yes.
Oh, right, okay. That's cute, though. OMG. Two-manning this dragon, though. Xuan's going to be able to lock that one in, but Snake, with control of the turrets, are able to grab this top outer. And possibly even more pressure here towards the top side of the map. They do understand that the dragon did just fall, so a lot of members towards the bottom side. Deadly Flourish helping things out as far as clearing out this wave. And Jin has a fair bit of wave clear. Harold, the next option.
So again, Snake actively making the choice that they're trading the structures for the monster objectives. Where are you going?
Yep. Package delivery.
How deep you going?
Oh, cool.
Jin's almost in range as well. It's great, you get an indicator now. You get a little swirly next to him. Say, oh, Jin's almost here.
Yeah, yeah. I believe it's the caught out. The caught out passive?
Yeah, no, it's a swirly.
Swirly, got it.
So again, in that one priority of OMG prioritizing Dragon, Snake will now take 2 turrets, a Herald, and significant amount of damage onto this mid-tier tower. So I really like the decision-making here.
Well, Deadly Flourish out again as Xuan's looking to make his way in, but Crystal making sure that that mid laner is unable to join any potential fight that OMG are trying to come out with.
I can accept Helix Fossil as the shape of it.
Rusty has only been thinking about that for the last 4 minutes.
Absolutely.
Helix Fossil, I do like it though.
Didn't they release Charmander?
What?
Nothing.
Oh
Whoa.
my goodness. Are you talking about Aurelion Soul?
No,
Alright, never mind.
I would never.
Okay. Okay, because that's obviously that sweet flying thing from the Neverending Story.
Desist.
Oh, God.
We're deep. Rage Blaze on Kog'Maw. Let's talk about Kog'Maw.
Power Spike has been hit by SMLZ there towards the bottom side of the map. Farming quite nicely,
As is
despite the fact that Crystal has been able to pick up turrets.
usual.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
To be fair, I think I'd be much more afraid of what Snake have right now as a team comp at this time in the game.
Ooh,
Not that
Stort's
Cool
back.
is.
Cool ain't afraid of nothing.
It's got the Nomicon. So looking for the CDR as opposed to, I mean, effectively in that slot, you're looking for regen and magic resistance, or regen and CDR. Obviously, CDR means more on LeBlanc because you get to be a little bit more flexible, a little bit more in your face.
One thing I do want to talk to you about, Rusty, though, is this Essence Reaver
I see how it is.
that has been picked up by Crystal.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Well, you know, he's the Jin guy.
It's the same stats as
Okay.
an Infinity Edge. And it gives you extra mana, so if you're spell weaving against champions like Kog'Maw, it's really good. He'll still be getting IE and Rapid Fire Cannon, as these two are just having it.
Yeah, that was a very, very interesting fight. As Mimic's Distortion actually not going to get the damage on a Flandre here, who's trying to kite, but can't actually withstand 3 people from OMG.
But again, multiple resources from OMG mean that somewhere on the map, something was left open. It seems to be this bottom tier tower. We'll see if they can get back in position to keep it standing. It is at full health. Here comes TP.
Yeah, they're looking to try and start something up. Flandre, of course, when he does respawn, will have that teleport as Xuan going to get caught by the Deadly Flourish. Xiong now trying to find his way in, but it was a bit of an awkward TP position, and Snake are going to be okay.
They couldn't get there in time. Snake are very much able to walk it out. Decent disengage. And they're not exactly done with this bottom lane, though.
We'll just stay here. That'll do it.
Give it a crit. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, nailed it.
Now run.
It's the Jin syndrome. It's like, I've got my last shot. I need to auto-attack someone in the next few seconds.
Yeah. It is kind of Jindro.
Jindrome?
Lee
I like it.
Jindro.
Legit. No.
There is a possibility.
I want the Jin and Tonic lane, but I don't know what it is.
Jin and Tarek.
Is it Tarek?
Yeah, Jin and
it's
Tarek.
Jin and
lane.
Tarek.
We've discussed this one, don't worry.
Yeah.
Glad you guys are working it out.
Yeah, you can trust that one to a bit disgusting.
So what's the Alistair Jin lane?
I don't know. Jin Cow. I like Alistair Bard. Jingle bells.
Oh, that's good.
That's my personal fave.
I was always a fan of Braum and Ash, the mustache lane. That's, I hate that. So, Rusty, and I believe Atlas, you were there too. I played one game on Jin with you guys, and I think the statement was, I hate the reload mechanic, I hate the reload mechanic.
I don't think I was there.
Oh.
Actually, I played Jin with Rusty. And
So
played him
everyone's
in
just
the mid
played
lane.
Jin
It
with
was
me.
awful.
That's what I'm taking
Yeah,
from this.
That's what's happening. People are just
Getting the brunt of
subjecting
the-
You
to
feel
them
so
trying
strong
to learn about how a champion works.
for like a single bullet.
You do.
But in that one bullet, you are God.
It's like playing the Matrix. Yeah.
Yeah. Mio bullet. Crystal at the moment, though, doing even more than that. Seems to be hitting quite hard with a lot of his bullets.
Forget Crystal. SMLZ has this 2-item power spike. He's got the Hurricane as well as the Rage Blade. This little Kog'Maw is ready to go.
All right, you're done, Crystal. We ain't going to be talking about you anymore. It is all about the other man.
We'll
on the
talk
other side
about
of the
him
rift.
when he gets that one God bullet on SMLZ and just half health him.
Distortions on 2 members from Snake as well.
Yep.
Wow.
Flandre and Ella. That's interesting. I like it on Flandre. You know, reduce cooldown on Flash and Teleport. But
I like it on Ella a lot. I mean, you want to be flash pulverizing
just curious.
to try and get on top of this Kog'Maw.
and like, yeah, I do like it on both. I'm just curious as to why Flandre has decided to prioritize the Flash Teleport cooldowns over anything else. It's most likely that he's going to be fighting Xiang a lot. And there's a lot of pressure then drawn to him, and he needs to use the Flash. But he also wants it in teamfights.
Well, Crystal able to clear out this mid wave quite easily, as Easy are now just dealing with this dragon.
It would be Snakes first, and they do have pressure on OMG, locking them down in both the top and mid lane.
Oh my goodness. That is just such ridiculous range on their deadly flourishes.
Oh wow, got
He
him.
tags SMLZ. He will have to go quite far back. Even the minions struggling to deal with this one. It's cool. Throws down a combo,
Ooh.
but just has to use his passive. Haha!
That is also something else
Surprise.
that Jin compensates for his inability to siege comparatively to other AD carry champions, since he doesn't have an attack speed steroid, is that his siege potential walking up to a tower, not even walking up to midway through the map and ulting.
Yeah, well, Cocoon actually going to get eaten by Ella. Holds that one as a nice phosphorus bomb. He's going to do some work, but you can see the captive audience of these traps. It's just seriously doing some damage.
He's like LeBlanc as an AD carry, is the best way to describe it, because LeBlanc's siege isn't great, but what LeBlanc offers is
It's
damage
the
whilst
poke.
your team is sieging. So the threat of Crystal being able to use the W on someone that has taken damage zones them away from frontline, which lets you walk closer to the turret to then get it down with tank.
Well, in goes Cool. Cool has to be very careful about straight line distorting as
Flandre.
well. Flandre is, going aggressive here. Able to pick up the turret. As now Cool's over to the top. Grand Challenge has gone down. Flandre utilizing some extra movement speed now as he just dashes forward. Cool. Oh, riposts, but doesn't quite get the ignite. A little bit unfortunate. Gets chained up and destroyed, but that is exactly what Snake wanted. So they managed to get the turret.
You're absolutely right. OMG trade a single kill for 2 towers.
Yeah, disastrous.
Map play versus fighting, guys.
At this point, I think that Cool's just desperate to make anything happen on the map.
But this is still just brilliant from Snake. They're playing calm and collected. We're at 22 minutes in this game, and this is a team that usually lane swaps themselves to advantages. But what we're seeing now is just map movement and map play, working around where the enemy isn't, and taking objectives, getting gold advantages from it. It's different from Snake. It's still playing the map, but it is very much not the same.
It has netted them a 5,000 gold lead at this stage. After that, turret did fall down on the bottom lane for OMG, grabbing their first one of the game, in fact. They haven't been able to push out too far. Definitely waiting for this Kog'Maw to be online. Does, in fact, have Berserker's Greaves. Not deciding to go for the Boots of Swiftness.
6.4 Boots of Swiftness, lost 5 points in
Yeah.
mobility. I went from 65 to 60.
And 100 gold.
Yep. The priority objective for Snake right now is going to be that last standing second tower, which is in the top side of the map. Likewise, that also synergizes really well that if they make a multiple picks or if they win a significant team fight there, it can easily transition into a Baron. I do like the counter response from OMG to immediately shove up mid lane.
Well, they're going for the dive here onto Tank, who doesn't get hit by the chain. But there's Curtain Call coming in from the side there as 5 takes a fair bit of damage.
Flandre is looking for the home guard TP.
ZZR is just fighting Xiong.
There he goes.
Yeah, there's lots of pings down onto him as well as the
Flandre
Voidooz comes across. There's a Deadly Flourish, gets a bit of a stun as Xiong able to smash Flandre out of this fight, but look at all the damage already onto this LeBlanc. Xiong's right into the backline, but cool, able to take down ZZR. He's so low, still doing work as the Deadly Flourish comes in. Headbutt pulverized from Ella. Schwen now very low. They're just trying to stay as a group here, Snake, and get the team fight they're looking for. Look at the low health bars. Oh my god, they're setting up as best they can. Deadly Flourish locks down Xiong, but does have the W.
Alive?
Will there be enough? There's a massive pulverized 2 kills coming out of nowhere. As there's a flash forward. The chain did land. Oh, Deadly Flourish does it. But Cool is able to get to safety. SMLZ.
Oh, God.
Can he get there? Oh, my goodness.
Wow, that Vital.
So close to get into the Vital. But no flash from Flandre. They can't complete the kill, but that is what they needed. We'll see whether they can transition into base turrets or what they're going to be able to pick up.
I really have to question Xiong's decision-making. So he was on the back of the pit, and Flandre went back there as well, and he burned the Poppy ultimate to knock Flandre away, which makes sense because then you automatically put yourself in a 4v5 scenario. But the issue is that he also wasn't near his team, and you just wasted your massive disengage ult to put your team in a 4v4 scenario.
And Cool exploded.
In Cool we trust.
Well, here's the teleport as well from Xiong. Not sure we'll be able to make it in time, but we'll see whether they can clean up any of this fight. Yeah, SMLZ over to the side. There are low health bars here. Xiong's able to take one of the kills. ZZR gets out the back of the pit as the grand challenge has been issued. Flandre wants to try and make it out.
Flandre.
Oh my, how is he doing that? Okay, Xiong almost dies. OMG, they don't stop the Baron, but they at least managed to pick up a few kills. We'll see what they can transition into. And there's a lot of standing gold on the map for this team.
And I believe they walk out with only 2 Barons left to them. Rek'Sai and, of course, Jhin here. A big thing is obviously Rek'Sai, when she has the Baron, it can be applied a little bit more globally with the use of Void Rush.
Still, that's turrets.
Yeah, I don't think Crystal can hold on to these ones on his own. The rest of the team is now back alive. Of course, Flandre taking a little bit longer to die, so it's going to be up in the next couple of seconds. But let's have a look at this one again.
Yeah, Tank super low, and just keep your eyes on SMLZ as well. He gets snipes straight on the Tank. Gets him super low. Baron, of course, secures it, I believe, as well.
Love how he hits him with the tip of the E.
Yeah. Takes him down, and then, you know, Cool's already established position on the side of the Baron pit, so OMG can walk their way in as Flandre just life steals everywhere. Not going to be enough, though.
Buys enough time for Crystal and ZZR to make it out, though.
Yeah, and Crystal actually just walked up and backed. He said, I'm not taking part in this. This is silly. He almost has his Infinity Edge here as well. So Rapid Fire Cannon, second item.
'Tis a silly place.
'Tis a silly place. Tank able to take down this pink ward though towards the bottom side of the map. Snake with their first dragon, looking to augment that one with their second. She's going to go down relatively quickly. Tank's got a lot of damage. Moromel Mortius actually the second item for him. Respecting Cool's burst damage. I like it a lot.
But it's still a Cogmore comp.
Yeah.
No matter what happens here, no matter how much magic resistance they stack, it's still a Cogmore composition. And the amount of times that we've seen team fights go badly for the team that is winning because they're against a Cogmore, boundless, countless times, who knows? And it's entirely possible at every moment of this game. Once he's got his items here, SMLZ, which he does.
They do have nice backline threat, however, on the side of Snake, so there are tools definitely in position to get this Kog'Maw, particularly on Ella and ZZR. But as long as SMLZ has Flash, which he doesn't have it right now, should be fine. So I feel like this is Snake's window if they want to look for a fight.
Well, Cocoon going to land on the Flandre here as the chains are down as well. Riposte comes in. Grand challenge is issued, but once again, Flandre is going to fall. Multiple resources, but what can Snake gather from it? The ultimate comes down from Xiong here towards the top side, and this is what's going to allow them to deal with this. But look at SMLZ. Oh my god, ZZR He's a pretty tanky guy, but he can't tank that much as the exhaust now down onto tank. And SMLZ just continuing this onslaught.
This is a 3v4.
Yeah, Xiang's already right into the back line as SMLZ is going to be able to get another W across. Ella's going to fall. And now Tank's just the next one, and it seems like they're just picking them up in a line. No. Tank uses the Valkyrie. Will be able to make his way to relative safety. The throw of a door. Not going to be able to quite get there, but this turret is like paper. Tank not going to get stunned this time, but Crystal's dead. That burst damage is ludicrous out of this LeBlanc. They just grabbed the ace.
This is
Kog'Maw
why
comps. Thank you very much, Russ.
You can't give Braum and Kog'Maw away. I mean, that fight entirely started off because ZZR got nicked by the Braum Q, and then immediately concussive blows is procced. Obviously, Kog'Maw's attack speed just...
What more can you
silly.
say? It is still a Kog'Maw composition, and this is the one thing that's going to continue to happen. Teams seem to not respect that Kog'Maw is entirely capable of winning late game. Well, absolutely makes it clear for them. As in a 3v4 and a 2v1 on two different respective sides of the map, Snake falter, and they fumble.
And continually, Snake not able to get a large enough gold lead in the early game to compensate for their lackluster mid-game. And Flandre, in particular, making kind of repeatedly poor decisions in his posturing on the map. Yes, he's eating multiple resources, but he's not doing it in a window where his team can actually make anything of it. So he's just dying for free.
It was a fantastic ultimate out of Xiang to stop any potential engage toward the top side of the map, but you're exactly right.
But that's what I mean when I say it's a Kog'Maw comp. I don't actually mean that it's Kog'Maw. Like, Kog'Maw is fantastic because there is a Braum and Poppy to keep him alive.
Just the late game.
Like,
is what
Braum
you're
to
saying.
set him up,
okay.
Poppy to stop them from getting away or to protect him as well. Like, it is designed to make sure that SMLZ can kill them.
And there's also, I actually quite like cool in this comp as well, like the LeBlanc.
Well, this is the thing. A lot of
Because,
people
like,
will
yeah,
run
you can't ignore
Hyper
him.
or will run like Orianna with old school Kog'Maw comps. But the LPL historically always ran LeBlanc with Kog'Maw comps because they say that the resources should be given to the AD carry. Like your peel and everything is going to be given to that guy, so you need to be an incredibly self-sufficient champion. Like if you're Orianna and you get caught out, your team's going to have to reposition for you.
Yeah.
As LeBlanc, Cool doesn't have to, he can do anything entirely dependent of his team. It doesn't matter. He can get himself out of any situation.
Yeah.
So consistently you're going to see LPL teams in particular pick assassins with Kog'Maw.
It also gives you this extra added bonus to sieging as well, where you can flank.
Yep.
Because you want the Poppy to protect the Kog'Maw. That's actually his design in this composition, whereas now you've got an option for a flank. Ari and LeBlanc feel a very similar purpose in that.
Well, you can see Flandre continuing to split towards the top side. About 80 CS in the lead now at the moment, but that's not what Xiang's been all about. Just wants to be helping his team in these fights.
This is actually a really good place for Snake to fight, I would say, if they actually managed to keep all of those Jin traps there. Think of the amount of slow and control that it would have given them. If Flandre ever stops split pushing, I guess.
Yeah.
Legend has it, he's still split pushing to this day.
Well, it's not much of a legend. I mean,
He's a legend.
he's split pushing right now, though. Like, so we don't need to listen to the legend. It's just happening.
All I care about is the Wei Xiao protege, SMLZ, on the still Kog'Maw. Sterix gauge in hand.
Oh, come on. That's only a little arm guard for now. Not quite there, but you're exactly right. Able to push out that full minion wave all the way up the lane. Now hitting that 300 CS mark, 5-2 and 2. The Kog'Maw well and truly getting to the point of power.
Awesome to see SMLZ really finally stand up and be the carry that everyone projected him to be for the longest time. So I feel like this, like 2016 is the rebuilding of the LPL in a lot of ways, and also like the evolution of so many different players. We talked about, you know, Condi and MLXG, SMLZ, so.
Well, he was the underperformer for M3 as well.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
So he's actually leaps and bounds above where he was last split, which is amazing.
It's nice to see that there's still a ceiling there on the talent that can be reached.
Yeah.
Now, if only we can lane swap.
Yeah, let's get that one. Well, we're watching a team that is known to be able to, of course, did well last time.
No, they did it well.
Yeah.
They just fumbled the late game.
Well, once again, we'll have to see, because this late game is going to be even more difficult to navigate.
That's Asterix too.
Yeah. I didn't
For
want to mention
SMLZ.
it because it's pretty sad.
Which
Wearing
means
snake hands.
anti-burst. So Flandre is going to have a hard time taking him down.
I really like Sterix on Kog'Maw.
Yeah, it's amazing. You can even go more of Malmortius. if you don't need a Last Whisper or anything like that.
He's already doing ridiculous amounts of damage. Might as well pick up on the defense.
Exactly.
He could also, yeah, he's got the Bork, so he doesn't need to go for BT and the shield.
I think he should go Wits End.
So the two options that he should ideally go for here.
I don't think he's against enough magic damage for Wits End.
Mercurial Scimitar is what he should get, because he's against Fiora.
Oh, yeah.
Get rid of that Grand Challenge if you can. Jiyoung looking to try and punt someone away. Is able to knock out the cow as everyone just vacates the pit.
Was that a headbutt, by the way? Like, he headbutted into the
Yeah. So was that an actual game of cow baseball? Like,
I feel like at that point he was actually trying to disengage himself. He's like, I'm in a bad position. You guys got the dragon. Okay, I'll meet you.
My people need me.
And then the cow jumped over the moon.
mm-hmm.
Get in there, cow.
Well, tank already down very, very low. Lots of damage here from Cool as there's a knock-up onto Jiyoung.
Here
Takes
comes
a
Flandre.
whole bunch of
Here
damage.
comes Flandre.
Yeah, can he get in there? There's the curtain call. He's trying to lock down members of this team, but Crystal's able to do a lot of damage now already. Jiyoung has fallen down. SMLZ does have to be very careful. Deadly Flourish is there, but can he get into get himself into a spot? He can!
Wow.
As the Cogmos starting to go off. Just, Jesus, take the wheel. Just get the auto attacks out there, Cogmore. You are doing the work. Oh my God. Don't worry. Flandre over the top with the triple kill.
Okay, a couple of things really went wrong that team fight. The one thing that I want to point out, though, is Tank Valkyring into certain death. So, like Rusty said, this is actually a beautiful engagement. Flandre's TP from the back. He immediately then pops Jiyoung. Watch what Tank does as soon as this triple man knockup gets done. Valkyrie straight forward, immediately takes so much damage and burst, and then just dies.
But I guess it's the Flandre show after that, let's be honest. He gets so many kills, and let's take a second to appreciate his target selection, because there was someone who was challenged, and he still did not go for that person because he chose the better target in that case.
I love how Flandre wins the team fight, and he immediately goes on Jiyoung, and Jiyoung's just laughing.
Jiyoung's having a giggle, like, yeah.
Well, he was dead. From the start of that fight, he got caught, and they still managed to basically double ace themselves.
If you can't read lips, he just said we got Flandre'd.
Not again.
Sorry, guys. I didn't say that my lane is MIA.
He's been split pushing all game, and then he groups once and gets like a triple kill and carries. Flandre is a fiend.
Well, they are still 5,000 gold in the lead, but gold is starting to mean less and less.
Cogmo doesn't care about that.
No, he doesn't. BF sword has been picked up from said Cogmo.
No, that was Master Yi.
Oh, God, yeah, okay.
I think that was the first game that we've had of the season where a team won from a deficit.
Like they were behind when they killed the Nexus?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably true.
It doesn't happen pretty much ever in this meta anymore, simply because we're so snowball-based.
Well, it also just doesn't make sense logically, because structures are worth gold.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, you should be ahead by the time you end the game, but hey, if you're 11k behind, you've got a Master Yi, just do it. Like, you know, just kill the Nexus. Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Good day in Insect's retirement home.
Hey, he was on that stage, right?
Yeah, damn right. He ain't retired. He piped down.
He was literally playing golf. Let's be real here.
It was like a comeback tour.
I just really love how he's played like Fiddlesticks, Pantheon, now Master Yi. He was the hacker in jungle.
Vladimir.
Yeah. In the jungle next
He's
time.
retired
please.
as ACDC.
Yeah.
He'll play Vladimir in the jungle. If anyone will, it's Insect. Played
He hovered
Shaco.
it.
I'm so happy.
Snake are just going to group up and do this Baron. They can see the Poppy. Now going to start the teleport. As the Baron is very, very low. They're looking to try and get in amongst it, but cool. Can't quite get in there. Now has another opportunity to do so. We'll see exactly who is going to try and get this one started. Yeah, OMG just going to grab the inside track.
Free tower.
Free.
Yeah, inner turret is going to fall down. So SMLZ, fair bit of turret damage. Able to grab that and the rest. OMG now going to clear out all the vision. Interesting Baron call from Snake, but not going to lose anyone.
But the call was to poke for it, and if OMG came, to not fight for it, because it was at 2,000 health. They could have committed. They chose to back away so they didn't have to burn any summoners defensively. Save it for a future engage.
Well, they did lose the turret.
He's going for the scimitar.
I thought they changed his build path to be a...
Oh, they did.
Yeah, it's a
They did.
pickaxe. So he's going like BT.
Infinity Edge.
Or Infinity Edge, which wouldn't make sense.
I think
Yeah.
BT would sort of make
The
sense.
BT
I like
makes
that
more
one.
sense than an IE.
But
Yeah.
the thing is, we were saying that he doesn't necessarily need the shield when he has the you get the same thing that the BT is going to give you out of the Starix Gauge as well as the Blade of the Ruined King, which is why it would make more sense to go for the Scimitar.
Yeah.
He gets lifesteal, he gets damage, and he gets a QSS with magic resistance, which stops Tank's effective damage and gets him out of Flandre's ultimate.
Yep.
Yeah, I would have thought that that one would have been a pretty good item, but Mikhail's almost to be completed here. Actually, it could be an Infinity Edge because that's a Zeke's Harbinger on 5. So,
You know what? SMLZ, you do you.
Yeah, it's a large amount of damage. It's aggressive though, as Snake once again going for this Baron. Poppy is a very, very long way away. They've got it down to about half health as Schwen, he wants to get the hero steal. He needs to prove himself from what happened last time around. It's incredibly low. Hops in over the top. It's EZR. He's able to lock that one down. Flandre as well with a whole lot of damage. It's 5. Trying to kite around. The curtain call comes in. And it could actually be curtains for OMG. They've already lost 2 members. That's a lot of extra damage. A lot of slow. As Xiang now has to deal with Crystal's mammoth damage at the same time. Tank's able to lock that one down. That is a 3-0 favor of Snake. And they've got the Baron.
To be fair, ZZR was the higher level this time around, so you have the stronger smite. But with that, they should at least be able to break the inhibitor. I'm unsure if they're going to be able to pressure for more since SMLZ and Cool are both alive.
Well,
They're definitely
maybe
going to
not-
pressure for more.
Yeah, maybe not for long as Cool takes a heck of a lot of damage. The inhibitor does fall down. Snake looking to try and push forward. Bring us to a game number 3. They will possibly be able to take down this Cogmore as well, who is so, so scary. And look, there it is. A
That's
Cathian
it.
surprise. Not going to be any surprise at all. That's the ace. As Cool does fall down only for a moment as 5 is back up again. But congratulations to Snake and welcome back, Crystal.
But did you see how much damage SMLZ did at the end of that fight?
Yeah.
If, hadn't been caught, maybe a little bit more cautious.
And it's the proactive plays as well out of Snake. These are the guys that they start off the Baron that first time, then back away. They got the teleport. All right, let's just wait a few minutes, do exactly the same thing, commit to it this time, win the smite battle, take it to the end of the game.
Yeah, I don't know. The Baron call from Snake is actually what secured them the winning team fight because resources were used to take the Baron down or to steal the Baron opposed to keeping SMLZ alive. So he didn't actually do enough damage.
Well, we are going to see a few of these fights one more time. As this is the one that didn't go so well for Snake, despite the fact that they did lock down the Baron.
But again, this series was supposed to come down to execution, and Snake actually win the game that they don't lane swap on. Yes, Rusty's correct that they played the map still incredibly well, so they're still winning in kind of a Snake-esque way. But just look at how much more confident they appear when Flandre's not put at a deficit initially. I mean, it was some poor Flandre decisions in mid-game, but otherwise, much better.
But he was able to assert his dominance in the laning phase as well, which is something that, like you were mentioning before, is normally put on hold for that mid-game moment. And look, the mid-game slump wasn't anywhere near as evident this time around, as this is SMLZ just being Cogmore.
That was honestly Penta hungry, though, from SMLZ, because he could have targeted Flandre, but he flashed to kill Crystal.
Yeah.
Not a necessary flash, just wanted to make sure that they aced, and that actually backfired by a fair bit.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate there. But look, we'll actually see, because I'm excited. Game number 3, do they lane swap? Or
Well,
do they think that, all right, let's just straight up fight you, and then does OMG have an opportunity